Hi, this is Tom from Evergrey, and you're listening to ROCKFILE Radio.
Hi, it's Scott Hamilton with ROCKFILE Radio. Very, very happy to be on today with Tom Englund of Evergrey. Man, I've been a fan for so long. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
I am glad you guys got the new album out. It's been out for almost a month now. It's hitting great all over the world. So how was it?
I mean, the album is old for us. I'm on the next album now.
Right.
So it's a bit paradoxical, being drawn back into this world of this album. But yeah, I mean, it's all great. As you said, we're getting rave reviews and charting everywhere pretty much. So it's which is quite an achievement on your 12th album.
Well, and that was something I was going to mention, because a lot of people are talking about this is one of your best ever, and so many bands don't evolve as well as you guys have had.
Right, right.
And the last three albums were kind of a conceptual trilogy. So how did you kick off this song cycle?
Well, we decided we shouldn't do a trilogy. No, but I mean, that's what we try to do each and every time. We try to reinvent ourselves and try to find stuff that makes this fun for us each and every time.
Right.
On top of course, trying to write the best songs ever. It's that's what the main goal is, the end game. And that's what. I mean, I guess that's also what we have been getting great at, in a sense. We know what's good and what's not good, and if we think it's good, then that's good enough for the rest of the world. Because we don't write for other people first and foremost. We have to write for ourselves first. So, yeah, and then we're just lucky that people seem to love it.
You got this done pretty much before COVID, right? And it just got pushed back because of the situation the world is in.
I mean, the album, we started recording. Actually, I got home from a vacation in Hong Kong and Thailand. Mm-hmm. And I got home and I landed on the same day that the first COVID case was discovered in Sweden. Right. So there was, it was exactly like a year ago now. And by that time, we had only recorded or started writing our own stuff back in December already. But so I guess, I mean, we finished recording October last year. So yeah.
So during this, that presented some interesting challenges, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, the only real challenge was actually that we had enough time to do whatever we wanted. Because we were already scheduled to do this. So for us, it was just pure luck, to be honest. We had 10 to 12 shows canceled, but outside of that, we got to concentrate on only playing and recording and writing music instead of flying to.
Right,
wherever in the midst of it. I mean, we love that too. But I mean, if we can get both worlds and as much time as possible for both, then I'm all for it.
You've had some great imagery in all the videos you've done. You've been on the side of like the tundra, and then you've been in an intimate like concert venue, and now the new videos. We have horses and planes, and so where is all this imagery coming from? Is it you guys combining with the director, or?
Yeah, it's my twisted mind mostly that brings all of these things in. But I mean, I think it's for me, it's important that things look good. It's one of the interests I have as on top of writing and recording music.
Right.
I think I have a interested in the imagery and I have an inner eye that tells me this is how it should look. But I mean, of course, getting a Russian plane in there wasn't very easy. And that was maybe not the initial idea it just happened to be there, to be honest. So yeah.
And everybody's talking about the album cover artwork too. Everybody loves it,
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're just blessed to be working with a lot of great persons, and for a long time now. I mean, Patrick, who makes our videos, we have done videos together since the Inner Circle album that came out in 2003, I think, or two even, somewhere around there. And I think I've done 25 videos with him, and he's one of my best friends. So yeah, I mean, we've gotten to know each other real good. And of course, Giannis Nakos from Greece, who made the cover for this album, he is extremely talented. this is his third album with us, I think, or second. I can't remember, but I mean, I just told him about the story that I had in mind. Let's free this poor phoenix bird. That was the idea that I had, and he went with that. So yeah.
Well, it turned out great because the feedback I've read online is like, "Wow, I got to get a T-shirt of that." And you guys had the T-shirts out quickly.
Yep, we sold out more than once. So yeah.
That's a wonderful thing these days, because artists are having to find now other ways. You have to make money to do what you do. Unfortunately, we don't live in a Star Trek world where we can just go do art for art's sake, unfortunately. But finding these new revenue streams, has that been challenging for you? But you've always kind of had an eye with the visual and the T-shirts and the other stuff.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, I wouldn't say that either that the T-shirts are what's bringing in, because when we tour, of course, that's sure. The key income. And now when we don't tour, it's more of a hassle trying to send stuff to America, for instance, right. With a ship nowadays, because it's so complicated, everything. Mm-hmm. So, I've offered my services as a singer to each and everyone who wanted me in there. And that's been extremely rewarding. I just put out a YouTube video like before the summer last year. And since then, I've been singing on fans' songs and albums and stuff every week. So it's...
that's wonderful.
It really is. It's extremely rewarding. I mean, of course, I charge them for it, but they get what they want, and I get to sort of step into their world of music, and it's just wonderful to be able to, reconnect with some of the things that you've lost being in this professionally. You're not that innocent anymore. It's more of a business thing. But when you enter a kid in Australia's acoustic guitar song and he wants to have me on it, then it's just wonderful. It's just great to be able to get that close to that creativity again.
Well, and you've professionally, you've been, I remember there was one time, I'm a big fan of DGM, and all of a sudden they release a song and you're on it and things like that. And you've always had collaborations on your album. So like, how did the James LaBrie thing come about?
He called me and asked, "Can I please be on the new album?" No, I called him and pleaded. No, it was like this. We were sitting in the Evergrey studio listening to this song, The Beholder, in the quite early stages of, quite late stages in the terms of writing the actual music for the song. But I hadn't written a word yet, but I knew that I wanted it to be about a role model or somebody that you looked up to. And James has been there throughout my career, always in the background, sort of, as an inspiration, I would say. I mean, Dream Theater was the band that made it possible for bands in my type of music to make it, in a sense, Mm-hmm. So, and we toured with them and we toured with him, and so I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're friendly colleagues at least. So I had heard this song, and then I said to the guys, I hear a guest vocalist here, and it was like all of a sudden everybody knew who it should be. It needs to be James. So either it was something in the melody or the harmonies or the chord progression or something that reminded us all of him. So I just wrote him an email telling him about the subject of the song and sent him the song, and he said he would love to do it.
That's great. Amazing how those collaborations work like that.
It's amazing. I mean, it's so nice to be able to sort of close a circle, in a sense, for me personally. Right. Private reasons for, I mean, having one of your idols be on your own music, it's just a wonderful thing.
I can't even imagine. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So how do the collaborations, I mean, since you always have collaborated with other artists and such, and now you're doing this thing during COVID where, pretty much anybody that has the money or whatever, how does that affect what you do when you go off on your own? Because I'm sure you pick up little things from other people. It might be something as simple as the way they phrase something or the way they did their vocals or whatever. Do you pick up little things like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so rewarding doing, ordinary people's music, not professional musicians. But I mean,
right.
And I'm not downplaying them at all. But I mean, like people that are not involved in the business side of things. I mean, and I've done professional bands music as well, but it's so nice to just come in and get their perspective of music and be more of a tool than being the creative force behind something.
Right.
I mean, I've done everything from singing whatever they want me to sing to actually write the words and the melodies, and for Redemption. Redemption is an American band I'm in too, with Simone from GGM.
Yep.
So yeah, and I mean, in that band, I sing Nick's music, you know, which is great for me, because I can step back and I can just concentrate on trying to, you know, emphasize whatever he's want to have put out there, in a sense, you know, which is totally different from being in Evergrey, where I'm all heart, all soul. I mean, I do that in
because you wrote the songs, and
but it's like, you know, it's like such a burden on me to make and record and write an Evergrey album, and for Redemption, it's more, I have to learn a lot of American words.
But that was fun. I mean, the performances were great, and
it's. I mean, I feel blessed to be able to, as I said, it's just wonderful to step into people's. I mean, I'm a musician and I get to do music all the time.
Pinch yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there has always been a softer side. Evergrey has put out the occasional more mellow track for a metal band, but how did Silent Skies come about, and how much fun was that to like really get into some softer territory, if we could say?
Well, as you said, that's actually the album I'm recording right now, the second one. So.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I mean, as you said, Evergrey has always had this ballad part of us, you know, but it was a thing that I had. It just was something that I grew in my mind. I wanted to make score music with vocals, in a sense. And then I saw this guy online once that did a cover of one of Evergrey's songs called Missing You. Mm-hmm. And his phrasing and his piano playing was, I was like, totally amazed.
Yeah, he is.
Then I saw another cover of it, and he did one for a song called Distance of ours as well. So, and then I wrote him an email and said, dude, we should make an album together. And he was a huge fan of Evergrey. So he was like, what the hell is going on here?
But it turned out so well. You've got some original songs on there and a cool cover, and you know. It's
just, and that's the thing. I mean, his name is Vikram Shankar. I think he's 23 or 24 years old, and he's like a gift.
Really talented.
I mean, insanely talented. He also has a great band called Lux Terminus, which is prog metal band. So, yeah, it's again, I'm just blessed to be able to work with so many talented people and have. But already
getting a second Silent Skies album done. How cool is that?
It's for me. I mean, honestly, when we released the Silent Skies album in December, then that album had been finished for 3 years. So for us, it's
coming back to it. Right.
Let's get it on.
Now, tour plans obviously have been put on hold or whatever. What is Evergrey going to do with this time?
Write a bunch of new albums, I guess. And I mean, that's what I'm doing. It would be stupid of me to not take advantage of the time that I have at my hands now. So, and at the same time, I get to, I mean, we have a European tour, which I think it's scheduled for October, November. And I think that will be postponed. But in the end of the year, we have some domestic gigs that I think we'll be able to play in Sweden at least. And then we'll have to see, you know.
How's your life impacted otherwise in the last year? All of us getting used to like Zoom phone conversations instead of being across from you at a venue with a microphone. I know I hardly go out anymore. I'm like grocery store once a week, maybe that. But how has it impacted your life there in Sweden?
Well, I live out on the furthest out on the west coast. The ocean is right like I can jump from the window, and it's like, I'm very secluded here, so for me, it's what I'm used to, basically. Outside of not being able to tour, when I'm at home, it's no different for me. It's something that I'm used to and that I enjoy. But now I'm only at home and I'm not out playing at all. So we really miss the interaction with the fans. It's heartbreaking to not be able to be there and get that immediate connection with someone playing your music. That's why we do this, and I miss rubbing up against people and drinking beer.
I got to tell you, if I don't get a concert like at least once a month, I get a little itchy, and I'm really itchy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the streaming stuff is fun and it's nice, but it's not the same thing of being in a room and that energy that just happens at a rock show.
Yeah, and all those things that you share with a look, with somebody else with the same T-shirt or whatever. I mean, that's the thing. It's not only about the music; it's about this whole social aspect of going to a concert. I mean, yeah, and festivals and all that good stuff.
So getting back to the album, it's been out almost a month. It has topped charts around the world, which is great. What are your favorite songs on the album? Not that the whole thing is not your baby, but like something stands out, like you can't wait to sing live.
Wow. That was just the thing with this album. When the record label asked us what songs should we make videos for, we said we don't even know. You choose, because we did for us it didn't matter. They could have made a video of any of the songs that they would have represented the album just fine.
And have you felt that way about previous albums?
No, we have been extremely picky about what songs and in what order and whatever. This time we were picky about the order of songs, but not so much which song it was. So, yeah, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to playing like Eternal, Nocturnal, and We're August Mourns, the two first videos. But then there are so many other songs but I mean, some songs demand a certain setting. Some songs are great to make on a great big stage, and some songs are just a rock and roll, smaller club song. So yeah, I mean, I look forward to play all of them. It's getting hard now having 12 albums out. It's 150 songs to choose from. So
well, but that's a blessing in itself. Although it's hard to narrow that list down. At least we have all these great songs.
Yeah, the new and all the new fans. That's also what's so great, because we get so many new fans for the last 4 albums. That curve has gone up extremely steadily, and for this album especially. So they demand the new stuff, and because they didn't hear any of the old songs, and the old guys want to hear the old stuff, So it is what it is. It is. I mean, it's a privilege. As you say.
When you finally get to go back out on tour, maybe make a game out of it. We put some songs in a hat, or we play a game of poker or something.
Yeah, but that means we have to learn 150 songs. And
yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah.
So, what's the future for you? What are you going to be doing the next few weeks, like personally, when you're not working on Silent Skies, when you're not writing some new Evergrey songs? What do you want to get done?
Well, that's it, dude.
You don't have any household projects, or?
Oh no, I live in a house that I built 3 years ago, so it's fine. I'm done.
Nothing should be breaking right now.
Rest of my life, I'm not gonna build any more houses, for damn sure. So this is it. I get to concentrate on this. It feels like a luxury, and I get to spend time with my wife and my daughter and my friends that I rarely get to do otherwise. Right. I'll settle with that. Make music, and I almost said make babies, but I didn't mean that.
Yeah, that would be a conversation with the wife. That would.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Well, Tom, I know you have other interviews lined up today. Thank you so much for taking the time out. I am not blowing smoke here. I am a fan that goes back almost 20 years. This is truly one of, if not the best album you guys have put out. I listen to it almost daily. I listen to Silent Skies almost daily. I love your voice. I love what you do. Please just keep doing what you do. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, man. Have a great day. Let's, when things get back to normal, let's do this again. You bet. That's a promise. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Have a good day. You too. Bye.